Mulls, to think about something deeply and at length. A political leader mulls the invitation to visit a neighboring country as the party persists with a block on the defense bill. Bolster, to support or strengthen. International allies are taking steps to bolster collective security and better prepare for potential threats in the north. Chairperson, the presiding officer of a group or committee. This trip will be the first by a sitting chairperson to the neighboring state since 2016. 2016. Parliament, a legislative body of government. The proposed defense budget remains stalled in the opposition-held parliament. Correspondents, reporters who contribute news from a distant place. Senior correspondents from the news agency are reporting live on the regional crisis. Deadlock, a situation in which no progress can be made. The parliament is currently stuck in a deadlock over the multi-billion-dollar budget. Itinerary, a planned route or journey. The itinerary for the official visit is full of symbolism and appears rather deliberate. Nationalist, relating to a person who strongly identifies with their own nation. The city was the historic capital of the nationalist government and contains significant monuments. Mainlanders, people living in or coming from the mainland of a country. Many mainlanders see the historical figure as a pioneer of the revolution that changed the regime. Overthrew, removed from power by force. The revolution successfully overthrew the ancient dynasty, marking a turning point in history. Incentives, things that motivate or encourage one to do something. The regional power continues to showcase incentives it has offered to the residents over the years. Retaliatory, of an action, characterized by a desire for revenge. Officials are warning of retaliatory attacks after reports of strikes against energy infrastructure. Plunged, suffered a rapid decrease or fall. Overnight strikes on power facilities plunged parts of the capital into darkness. Desalination, the process of removing salt from seawater. A power and water desalination plant was damaged in the attack, which killed a foreign worker. Diplomatic, concerning managing international relations. Despite the ongoing fighting, there are signs of progress toward a diplomatic solution. Diplomats, officials representing a country abroad. The region's top diplomats gathered over the weekend to discuss reopening the shipping choke point. Strait, a narrow passage of water. The talks focused on the strategic strait and the safety of energy shipping routes. Blockade, an act of sealing off a place. The regional neighbor agreed to let more tankers through its blockade to ease energy shortages. Mediation, intervention in a dispute to resolve it. The report provides more details on the neutral country's mediation efforts between the two sides. Consultations, meetings to seek advice or discuss. The minister held consultations with regional counterparts to find a coordinated approach. Fruitful, producing helpful results. The recent high-level talks were described as fruitful in an address to the nation. Televised, transmitted by television. The official gave a televised speech to update the public on the progress of the peace talks. Ministries, government departments. Officials from respective foreign ministries agreed to form a committee to resolve the crisis. Consensus, general agreement. The group aims to work out a coordinated approach through mutual understanding and consensus. Mediate, to intervene to settle a dispute. Several nations trust the neighbor to mediate the conflict and help facilitate a solution. Facilitate, to make a process easier. The government is leveraging its ties to help facilitate a peaceful resolution to the crisis. Intermediary, a person or country acting as a link. The country's role as an intermediary could be severely challenged if tensions escalate further. Repercussions, unintended consequences of an event. The regional crisis has repercussions that are inextricably linked to energy and the economy. inextricably, in a way that is impossible to separate. The economic ramifications of the conflict are inextricably linked to global supply chains. Ramifications, a complex or unwelcome consequence. Leaders are taking the economic and energy ramifications of the conflict very seriously. Holdup, a cause of delay. Agriculture ministers are worried about the current holdup of essential fertilizers in the shipping routes. Cross-border, involving movement across a border. The agency will roll out a new cross-border rewards program for international travelers. Redemption, the action of exchanging points or clearing a debt. Users can now participate in a new redemption scheme for their travel rewards. Outlive, to live longer than. Some buyers are considering whether they might outlive their financial assets if they pay less monthly. Premiering, the first showing of a program. A new special report on global economics is premiering this Saturday on the news channel. Choppy, inconsistent, or unstable. Investors are bracing for another choppy start to the financial week in the regional markets. Enacted, put into law. Before the new proposal is enacted, several strict measures have already been put in place. Vetting, careful and critical examination. All vessels must go through a strict vetting process before being allowed passage through the area. Intermediaries, people acting as links between parties. Operators must contact authorized intermediaries to submit all required details about the vessel. Diplomat, a government representative. A top currency diplomat issued a strong warning regarding potential market intervention. Sentiment, a view or attitude toward a situation. Market sentiment currently hinges on how long the uncertainty in the region will last. Soaring, rising very high and fast. The government is considering tougher measures to deal with soaring energy prices. Crude, natural petroleum. The nation faces rising inflation risks as crude prices surge due to regional tensions. Reliant, dependent on someone or something. The trade-reliant economy is facing added pressure from disrupted shipping and high costs. Excise, a tax on specific goods produced within a country. The government will have fuel excise duties for 3 months to ease living cost pressures. Jurisdictions, areas of official power or legal authority. A couple of jurisdictions have taken action to reduce public transport fares for citizens. Strain, a force tending to pull or stretch something to an extreme. Economists warn that current measures might only provide a short-term fix for the financial strain. Rationing, controlled distribution of scarce resources. Authorities are trying to manage inflation risks while avoiding extreme steps like energy rationing. Trams, streetcars, or cable cars. Passengers will be allowed to travel for free on trams and buses to ease the financial burden. Appends, overturns or sets something on end. The regional war upends global energy supplies, forcing many countries to turn to alternative sources. Ramping, to increase the level or amount of something. Several nations are ramping up their use of older energy plants to meet high summer demand. Ministerial, relating to a minister or ministry. Several deals were signed on the sidelines of the Regional Energy Ministerial Forum. Delegation, a body of representatives. A government delegation attended the business forum to discuss new investment agreements. Principally, for the most part, mainly. The shutdown of movement in the area is principally caused by the threat to shipping routes. Mediator, a person who attempts to make people involved in a conflict come to an agreement. The neutral nation has emerged as an unexpected mediator in the ongoing conflict. Brokering, arrange or negotiate a deal or settlement. Geographical proximity is often a key factor in brokering a peace agreement between nations. Facilitator, one who helps a process happen easily. The official stated they want to play the role of an honest facilitator to resolve the dispute. Decisively, in a firm and confident way. The institution aims to shape graduates who can think critically and act decisively. Rupture, a sudden break or burst. Many experts believe we are currently in the midst of a significant geopolitical rupture. Reprisals, acts of retaliation for an injury or offense. There are likely to be continued reprisals from all sides even if the war winds down quickly. Indo-Pacific, relating to the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Partners in the Indo-Pacific worry that global resources might be diverted away from their region. Hedging, protecting oneself against loss on a bet or investment. Analysts suggest there is a lot of strategic hedging taking place among regional powers. Eye-opening, unexpectedly revealing or enlightening. The latest report provides eye-opening analysis on the shifting alliances in global politics. Alliances, unions or associations formed for mutual benefit. A new era of global politics is breeding power struggles and shifting alliances. Ironclad, impossible to weaken or change. The alliance insists that its support for regional security remains ironclad. Solidarity, unity of feeling or action. Members of the alliance conducted drills in a significant show of force and solidarity. Sentry, a soldier stationed to keep guard. The new military exercise was conducted under a specialized sentry program for the northern region. Venue, the place where an event takes place. This type of training venue allows soldiers to interact and build mutual trust. Vigilance, the action or state of keeping careful watch. Such war games help to sharpen the alliance's vigilance and better prepare for future tensions. Immense, extremely large or great. The country is struggling to tap into its immense demographic potential for economic growth. Demographic, relating to the structure of populations. Managing the demographic shift is crucial for the long-term stability and prosperity of the nation. Dividend, a sum of money or a benefit resulting from a policy. Creating enough jobs can turn a large youth population into a significant economic dividend. Outflow, a large amount of something moving out of a place. The country recorded its highest annual outflow of skilled professionals on record last year. Resumption, the action of beginning something again after a pause. The resumption of flights between the two capitals comes after a long period of limited contact.